Hey, what's up? I'm Courtney, also known as Self-Care Creature, and I work with creative individuals to help you deepen your intuition, raise your self-worth, and spread your awareness so that you can live a truly fulfilled and empowered existence. All right, just a few minutes of morning stretching here. Let's start with our feet wide, rocking side to side, and pointing the toes, starting with that. Gentle twist action of the trunk if that feels good for you. You're sitting back slightly in the hips and bending the knees here to help the joints. Ooh, I'm craving a nice big stretch up. Maybe widening that stance, pressing into one hip and over. So I'm sitting back in this hip, almost like a side lunge. My arms are up, shoulders are in their socket. I'm reaching over but pressing through this left side rib. Let's switch to the other side. In the middle now, let's reach up nice and tall, maybe even bring the arms down, a couple of shoulder rolls back, and a nice big inhale up. Exhale, coming to that other side, leaning away. Let's spread the arms if that feels good for you, and coming right back up to center. I'm gonna do a little bit of just a gentle trunk rotation. So my core is nice and activated. My knees are soft. I'm sitting back into my pelvis, and my lower body is stationary while I'm just gently rocking the trunk. All right, let's take a nice big inhale up and exhale to a forward fold. So we're bending at the hips, the knees, coming all the way down. Maybe it's your first forward fold of the day. Your feet can be hip width apart or wider. You can bend the knees as much as you like. Swing it out, let the head hang heavy. Maybe come to a half lift if that feels good. Where the heart comes through, the shoulders roll back, the spine is straight. Exhaling. One or two more of those. Feel free to add in any extra movement as always that feels good for you. And when you're ready, you can plant your hands, come down to hands and knees. And let's just start exploring that cat-cow position. It's my favorite one for just exploring, seeing how your body feels. So the fingers can be nice and wide. Inhaling the heart through the shoulders, gently lifting the gaze, dropping the belly. And with that exhale, we're pressing the ground away, letting the head hang heavy. Spine rounds, you can curl the toes if that feels good. I really like to press into my intercostal spaces, the space between my ribs. And get them stretched out, feels so good. So just keep moving and following your own breath here. See how it feels to have this exhale with the round of the spine as you're pressing away. And following the inhale through as you gently lift the gaze and press the heart through the shoulders. Noticing what's going on here, you don't want to be too rigid, too stiff. Sometimes I like to just rock forward and back or side to side. Really wake up my hip joints especially. So I'm feeling called to spend a little time on the wrists. So feel free to find a comfortable seat, however you like, if standing or kneeling works better for you. Just gonna invite you to bring your hands together. You can clasp them possibly, and just a very gentle roll here. Take a conscious moment to roll the shoulders back, down, and into their socket. Pressing up through the crown of the head, you're engaging the core ever so slightly and rolling the wrists. I like to do this motion. Whatever works for you. Take them nice and wide out, almost like you're gonna give the biggest hug ever. Let that heart raise. And with that exhale, rounding the spine, bringing your arms around you, giving yourself a nice little hug, but also you're really stretching out that back body. Notice which arm is on top. Taking a nice big inhale wide. Letting that heart shine forward. Being gentle with the pelvis, but if it feels right and good for your body and you can expand forward, be gentle with yourself. And then close again. Hugging opposite arm on top. I like to give myself like a gentle rock with it. Like I'm really hugging myself. It also feels good in the spine. And a nice big inhale wide. Let's bring the left arm down. We'll stay on the left knee and bring the right leg out. Hand on the hip. I want you to look down and see that you are above your wrist here. So shoulder, elbow, wrist should be in alignment. Maybe tilting, fingers are pointing away as well, out towards, same direction as the crown of the head. Away from the body. And maybe just rocking here for a moment. Being soft in the elbow. Rocking on the feet, on that ball of the foot. And if it feels good, you can try reaching up the arm. I really love just hanging out here, maybe shaking the arm, letting it really come into its socket. If your neck allows, you can look up towards the ceiling. Looking straight out in front of you is going to be the medium option, and the easiest is always looking at the ground because it grounds you. If you feel called to reach over, feel free to do so, but keep this shoulder in its socket. Nice big reach. I'm coming onto the toes, maybe even lifting the leg. You can play here as much as you want. I'm gonna bend this leg. My foot is flexed, so I'm just grabbing right above the ankle at the bottom of the shin there, tucking my tailbone, pressing the hips forward, rolling the shoulder back. And I'm looking down at the ground because that's what feels best for my neck and body right now. My elbow is still soft, not locking out any joints. And turning towards the ceiling as it feels good. I'm going to release and walk forward again to a little child's pose here. Just bringing both legs in. Maybe rocking side to side, massaging the forehead a little. Taking a nice big inhale up. Remember, you can be following me exactly, or you can just be kind of moving through your own movement to find what feels good for you. We're gonna go to the other side, so the right hand comes down, the left leg goes out. Make sure that you are in alignment, so you look down and you can see that your shoulder is above your wrist, and your hands are facing out towards the edge of the mat. Hand can come to the hip, and gently rocking on that heel again, just a little bit of a rock and a sway. Keeping this elbow slightly bent. We don't block out our joints here. And if you like, you can bring this left arm up. First, just pausing here. I like taking it slow to just, especially in the morning time, to know exactly how the body is feeling in this moment. Making sure it's in socket. If you're wanting to reach over, if you have a wall or something that you want to use, feel free. Gaze can find wherever is comfortable for you, and if you feel like it, you can lift the leg, maybe even bring it back. Breathing, breathing. Just noticing where you are this morning, noticing how the mind is. We'll come on up all the way. See if you can come all the way up, gently rolling up. Nice big inhale. And let's take a moment. I'm rolling the shoulders again. Forward and back. Just a couple little last shakes, and then I'm going to invite us to come to a mountain pose here. Feet are hip width apart. I invite you to bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Doesn't matter which one. Take a couple of deep breaths. Allow your shoulders to settle. Maybe that's shaking them or rolling them into the socket. I like to sway side to side a little to just ground into my feet, pressing up through the crown of my head, finding this alignment and this length through the spine as I ground down through my core muscles into the pelvic bowl. And you're just feeling these rhythms of your own body, taking a moment to really soak in the little subtle ways that you are spending time getting to know yourself better. I recommend at least 30 seconds here. And of course, this is a great time to really be able to feel like, oh, maybe I didn't stretch something out quite right. Or maybe I forgot something, like I'm realizing my neck right now. So just being gentle with yourself, knowing that you're expanding your awareness, you're showing up for yourself, you're getting yourself back in your body, and remembering that being in touch with your body is how we transmute and move through different types of trauma that we've experienced in our lives. And we don't have to know what that trauma is or what it's like. All we have to do is show up, or what it's specific, not what it's like, but what it's specifically tied to, because I know that at least I have gotten caught up on that a lot. And it can matter, that can be something you want to dive deeper into, but if you don't, you can just know that showing up for yourself, it really is helping out your body, your mind, body, and soul on so many different levels. And I'm proud of you for being here.